Shabnam, Vabon.
Thank you,
Please help me welcome Shabnam.
Thank you. Who to go with? May I get Joshua?
All right.
Joshua.
Let me see you.
Okay.
Let me see
Oh,
you.
Shabnam, would you like to share the rules?
Yes, I will. So the word of today is mirade. So please use the word during your table topic speech. Table topics are from 1 to 2 minutes. By 1 minute, you are qualified. By past 2.5 minutes, you are disqualified. Let's start. My dear Joshua, it's so good to have you back.
Thank you.
Missed you. So Joshua, what is your intention for the next 12 months? And what do you like to achieve in the next 12 months?
Well, that's a great question. Should it relate to Toastmasters or just in general?
It is up to you.
Well, what I'd like to achieve the next 12 months is I'd like to focus on completing 5 speeches under Moriel's administration and leadership. And I believe that that is a very accomplishable goal for me. More importantly, to be able to not only improve my speaking skills, but also just to make sure that, you know, I stay in the present during these very challenging times. So that's what really I'm looking for is to get back into the Toastmaster swing of things. The last 6 to 8 weeks have been a little somewhat challenging for me personally, and trying to handle some family issues, and I'm real excited to get back.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joshua. May I get Mary? Hello, Mary.
Hello.
So my dear Mary, my question for you is such. If you were given $5 million to open a small museum, what kind of museum would you create and why?
$5 million.
5 million.
And only one museum. That makes it much harder. Oh, I'm torn between what I think I should do and what I want to do. So I'm going to go with want to. If I had $5 million to open a museum, I would create a museum of dance, particularly improvisation, because there have been myriad numbers of performances and dancers and works that have never been seen and will never be seen again. But we could recreate them if there was money available to document the amazing work. The problem with dance is that it happens fast and once. And so it's hard, and we don't get paid. So there's never any money. But if I had $5 million, I think I could create a really good museum honoring the work of some extraordinary artists that have been overlooked forever. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. Scott, ready?
Sure.
My dear Scott, what goal do you think humanity is not focused enough on to achieve?
I think we are not working enough towards a reasonable distribution of wealth. We especially in the last 30 or 40 years, we've always had a small number of people that seem to control the majority of the wealth in the world. But it's gotten worse, whereas the curve is kind of pressed down even more. So you have a lot of people making, just kind of getting by, and they're able to survive from month to month, pay their bills, but they're just hanging in there. We have a lot of people who are, several billion people in the world who are just looking for clean water, and we don't deal with that. And that's also a problem of distribution of wealth. And what we have is, along with this whole myriad of people, we only have a small number that are controlling 99% of all the wealth in the world. And I don't think we've really addressed that as an issue. We seem to think about it once in a while, but when it comes time to vote for people and do things, it all seems to get lost and forgotten. And I'm particularly aware of this because I've been working a lot on computer vision and artificial intelligence things, and I see a time coming up in the next 10 to 15 years where we'll displace a huge number, probably between a third and a half of all the people currently working. And there's no real plan in place about how we're going to address that. We think we have unemployment now. That all I can say is this is nothing. Towards the end of this decade, things will happen that will displace a third or more of our workers, and they're never going to get their jobs back. And we're not looking at that. And so I feel like we're short-sighted as a populace and as a community. Anyway, that's it. Back to you.
Thank you, Scott. Marcella?
Yes, hi.
Hi, good to see you again too.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back.
Very nice. So Marcella, what is one thing? It can be a hobby, education, knowledge, whatever you choose, that you would really like to learn, and why?
As some of you have heard, I'm from Argentina, and my background on my dad's side is Italian. And after World War II, my great-grandparents migrated to Argentina. And I understand where they're from, and I know they spoke a specific dialect that wasn't specifically Italian, it was Piemontese. And my dream would be to go to Italy. I had an opportunity to go to Europe a few years ago, but Italy wasn't on the map. So my dream would be to go to Italy and learn Italian. I took Italian for a year, and I thought I was really cool because I speak Spanish, so I should be able to pick up Italian, like French or Portuguese, Val. But they're all very different languages. So my dream would be to go to Italy, to a small town, and learn Italian, immerse myself in the culture with the local people, and learn about my ancestry. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. David. So my dear David, let's see. What scientific discovery would change the course of humanity overnight if it was discovered?
Oh, great question, Shabnam. So what scientific discovery would change the course of humanity overnight?
If it was discovered.
If it was discovered? Well, that's a simple answer to that question. There's a myriad of solutions out there, but the one that I know can happen overnight. And it all starts right here, right now. There is a scientific study and research shown that when you love one another, a human being's life can change. Going all the way back to when all of us were born, the first thing that we did, we were put on our mother's chest, and the love of the mother was expressed to the child. Somehow throughout the course of life, we got further and further away from love. So if we come back to the scientific evidence that shows when you're connected with another human being, you show love and love is given back to you, humanity will be changed forever. Back to you.
Thank you. Dane. So my dear Dane, what was the best thing that happened to you today?
The best thing that happened to me today was I was taking a break. I work out of my garage, like at home, like all of us do these days. And I went inside, and the parts for my new makeshift outdoor shower had arrived. So my girlfriend and I walked outside, and we're trying to situate it just right. And I'm like turning on the hose to see if it's working or not. And I have my girlfriend hold up the parts and everything, and it's looking okay. And then I turn off the hose because I'm like, okay, it's done now. And then all of a sudden I look up, and my girlfriend, Eden, who many of you have met, is holding the hose, and she pulls the trigger. And nothing is pointed right at my face, and nothing comes out. And so this was my favorite part of my day, because the joke was on her. She was about to spray me with the hose, but to her dismay, I had already turned it off. So that is my favorite part of my day.
Thank you, Dane. So my dear Dane, do we have time for more table topics?
Yes, I think we do. If people haven't spoken yet, then definitely.
I do have one more question that I'd like to ask Muriel. Muriel, as the new term has started, which of your vices or bad habits would be the hardest to give up?
This is a very difficult question. I'm getting such a myriad of ideas right now. What to choose? I have to let go of the habit of not planning in advance. Sometimes when I don't have much going on, I say, why do I need to plan or make arrangements or schedule anything when there's nothing going on? And now with more responsibility as a leader and with work, I have to plan and schedule and create time for the things that matter to me most. So one of the bad habits that I'm letting go is a lack of plan. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much to everybody who participated and for your amazing answers. And I will give it back to you, Dane. Oh, sorry, not yet. At this moment, I'd like to ask my timer if everybody qualified.
Unmute here. Let's see. By time, yes, everyone qualified. Muriel squeaked by at just about a minute. Everyone else was around a minute and 20 to a minute and 45. So everybody qualified. So I'm going to read off the list real quickly. We have Joshua, Mary, myself, Scott, Marcella, David, Dane, and Moriel.
Thank you very much. Marcella, did everybody use the word of the day?
No, including myself. Okay, so
Oh.
let's let's see. Josh did not use it. Mary did. Scott did. I didn't. David did. Dane did not. And Moriel did. Moriel did. So everybody qualifies except myself, Josh, and Dane. Sorry, guys.
Thank you, Marcella. So take a moment to vote for your best table topic, which may be Mary or Scott or David or Moriel. Thank you very much, and I will give it back to Dave.
Thank you so much, Shabnam. All right. We are moving right along here. Next up, yes. Next up, we are going to hear from our general evaluator, Mr. David McKella,